Hello, everyone. This is your girl, Erica Wilson, the host of It Had to Happen show. You knew that you had to turn to God because He's the only one that could get you out.
Such a blessing to be able to sit with you, son.
Like in the isolation, sometimes we feel lonely or not being able to fit in, or this person is not going to bother with me or whatever. But that is the time when God says, "Be still."
Right.
And know that I am God. There you go. Thank you, Jesus.
I'm a single mom with 2 kids, struggling, rape victim, homeless, robbed at gunpoint. All those things had to happen to me to birth me for my purpose today. And that's why I'm standing here today giving back.
We knew then that we was on a long road to recovery. But I say that to say this. It had to happen.
Great day, everyone. Guys, we're here live today with your girl, Erica Wilson, at It Had to Happen. Today's show is going to be epic, guys. I have this young woman all the way from my hometown, Miami, Florida, guys. And the topic for today is Fool Me Once. Oh my gosh. Listen, let me tell you just a little bit about Miss Tierra. Miss Tierra originally started, she's an author, guys. She's a motivational speaker. I mean, listen, her own publishing company, guys. If you if you out there want to tell your story or have a story that you want to put in on paper, and she has a publishing company, guys, and listen, solicit her business. She has a book out now called Fool Me Once, and she's going to tell you a little bit about it. But let me go ahead and tell you, Miss Tierra originally started writing and publishing books in 2015, guys. She's not only a writer, but she's a publisher as well. After gaining feedback, she continued writing books and hosting empowerment events for women until 2017. We're going to find out what happened that she stopped in 2017, but as Tiara went on, she launched her own publishing company and have published over 10 books and counting. She also created an event called Slam for Literacy to provide a platform for established and upcoming poets while raising awareness in the community for literacy. Recently, she tapped into rapping. My God, it's come so effortlessly. She said it's fun, and it's another way for her to communicate with her fans. Huh. So let's talk about this book Miss Tierra have. Where did the title come from? Let's see. Can any of you relate? Have you ever had your heart broken? So according to Miss Tierra, she says when the relationship is over, it hurts. That's normal. However, just because they stop calling doesn't mean you should stop your bags from coming. Okay, the money bag, sis. not the ones you get under your eyes. My God. Titled out for her smash hit Fool Me Once, Tierra takes readers through the motivational roller coaster of what it's like being a heartbroken and still trying to find love within yourself. Inside this perfectly penned paperback, you'll learn how to use your mind to manifest, turn your pain into payments, okay, and the true meaning of how to boss up after the breakup. Let me introduce to some and present to others the beautiful Tierra uh, Traniece, all the way from Miami, Florida. Go ahead, Queen. I know that's right.
Hey guys,
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am awesome. Listen, you said to get into the money bag, not the bags under your eyes, but
Not
money
the
bag.
bed under your eyes, because we know we cry and we cry about stuff that we feel like is like a big deal. Like when a relationship is over, you really do feel like, oh my God, my world has come tumbling down. What am I gonna do? God sent me this good man or this good person. What else he gonna do? He gonna send you another one. That's what he gonna do. He gonna send you another
Oh,
one, and he gonna make you a better person. So when the next person come, you a better person. You're not even gonna be the same person that you was in the other relationship. So you should be crying because you're actually mourning. You're mourning the old you because you're about to be a whole new person. So I feel like we should stop
okay.
crying for that relationship being over. We should really, really be crying because we're about to step into a whole new person. That's what I think you should be crying. It should be tears of joy, not tears of pain.
Ooh, come on now. My cousin all the way from Miami, she said, facts, girl. Listen, you speaking. I'm telling you, we haven't even jumped into the show yet, but you speaking already. So you're saying you just don't stay there and get stuck because you got your heart broke. You saying that somebody else will come around, like basically
Right.
what one won't, the other one will do. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. It's definitely I don't like to say one man's trash and another man's treasure because I've never been trash. I never will be. And I don't like for my fans or my supporters to feel like, oh, I was somebody's trash. No, I just feel like somebody's maybe is always another person's yes. Like I don't need you to second guess when you come around me. And I teach my students all the time. Don't ever let anybody treat you like number two because you're not number two. So if somebody have to second guess you, that's not the person for you. It's I
That's
don't care what it
ooh,
is. I don't care if it's a kickball team. If you want me, if you ain't choose me the first time, I don't want to be on your team. I don't want to play no more.
all right now. I know that's right. But guys, I know that you don't know anything about who Tierra Trinice is. So Tierra, could you just tell the audience a little bit about yourself and give us a little bit background about yourself?
Yes. So I am born and raised in Opelika, Florida. Half of Opelika, and then the other half I was raised in Liberty City. I come from a family of teachers, so literature is always going to be in my future, my past, my present. I was just raised like that. I started off initially with a blog like in 2013, and it honestly was just my outlet for how to express my emotions. And then I didn't know I picked up so many supporters, and I call them necessities because I felt like I needed them and they needed me, and it was essential for them to be there. So I started my blog. It was called A Cup of Tea in 2013, and I was in college. Fast forward, I wrote my first book in about 2014, 2015. I don't even remember what year it was. But then I started my publishing company 2017 because so many people kept coming to me and telling me that they wanted to write a book, but they didn't have the money or they didn't have this. And I wanted everyone to know that you don't have to have a ton of money or a big publishing company to get your dreams or your story out there. So that's initially why I started my
Mm,
company. It's called Sorry I'm Book Publishing. And honestly, Sorry I'm Booked has become one of my affirmations that I say every morning. I tell myself I'm booked. It don't matter if I'm booked for a show or I'm booked for a nail day or I'm getting my hair done, I'm booked. And book doesn't always mean that you're booked for something else, like you're making money, but sometimes booked is it just means that I'm taking time for myself. So that's why I came up with Sorry I'm
yes,
Booked.
Queen.
And then after 2017, is when I stopped doing women empowerment. It's just because I felt like I was still searching for something. So it was very unfair for me to try to pour into other women when I had nothing to really pour into them. It was nothing for me to give to them. So that's why I stopped, because I was still trying to find my purpose and I was still trying to find out who I was. And I would be a fraud if I try to give you something that I don't really have. So
Mm,
I stopped in 2017, and fast forward to 2019. 2018, actually, I went through like one of the hardest breakups. I thought at the time was my world was just over. I decided to write a song. Initially, I started with poems, but for some reason, that heartbreak hurted so much. I was like, listen, a poem not gonna do it. I need to write a song. So I did the song. I never forget. I wrote the song in about 30 minutes. I recorded it. And the song has racked up over like 5 million streams. And that's super big because I'm an independent artist. Like, I'm not signed to anybody. I don't have anybody. All my money was coming from pushing books and publishing books and booking shows and still going to school. I was still going to school. I was still going to FIU. So I was still trying to get my degree. I was still substitute teaching at Miami-Dade. And if you a substitute teacher at Miami-Dade, you know I wasn't getting paid much. I wasn't getting paid much. So I was saving literally everything. I was saving everything, not getting my hair done, not getting my nails done, and it was truly a sacrifice. But the rewards from it don't even matter because, like you say, it had to happen. It really had to happen. So that's pretty much how I'm here now. And the book came from the song. I felt like people love the song so much. I should go more in depth in the book. And I didn't talk about the relationships. I just talked more so about what I went through and how you turn your pain into payments. How you turn you just flip your world upside down. I just feel like so many people let relationships consume them. And I'm one of those people. Like, when I'm in love, I'm in love. Like, nothing else matters. I just want to be in love. I want to love you. I'm like, let's talk about kids. Let's talk about marriage. But I feel like that's the problem a lot of women have, or people in general. I had to go to therapy. I had to learn my attachment styles. I had to learn why I love this way, or why it's so hard for me to do this, or why it's so hard for me to do that. And so that's what ended up happening with the book. The book did extremely well. I remember I had a goal for it. I wrote it down like a couple months before the book came out, and I was like, I'm gonna do 10K in sales in this book. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but God, universe, we're gonna make it happen. And we made it happen. I did it. I made the 10K in the sales. I had my friends drive with me from Miami to Orlando. I was up all times of night packing them orders, making sure I did what I had to do, because nobody had never done that before. Like, no rapper had took a song and then turned it into a book. And I've always wanted to be a different person. I've always wanted regular women to know that it's okay to be regular. Like, you see so much stuff nowadays that you feel like you have to transform and you have to make yourself look like how other people look. And I've always wanted regular women to know, like, being regular is okay. I'm as regular as it gets. It's just God chose me, and I have a talent, and that's probably the difference between me and a lot of people. But we all have a purpose. So, fool me once, boss up after the breakup. I was just so adamant. I was so adamant about bossing up. I didn't want to cry. I didn't want to be depressed. I sat in it. I tell people all the time, you have to sit in those feelings. You can't drink it away. You can't smoke it away. You can't shop it away, nothing. Because when all that is said and done, you still got to sit there, and emotions going to still be sitting there staring you in your face. So this book has truly helped me so much, and so many people.
So let's go back to where you said that you went to therapy, because like in a lot of Black homes and the Black communities, we don't too much talk about therapy, or one don't even go and get therapy when it may be needed. So talk a little bit and hit a little bit on that. Tell us, you said you had to learn, what was it you had to learn? How to love, or what did you say? I'm sorry.
I had to learn why I love the way that I love. So we all have our own different ways of loving. We all have our love languages. I'm not sure if everyone knows their love languages, but it's 5 of them. So you have like you have words of affirmation, which you really love when someone tell you, like, oh, you can do it, like, I'm proud of you. Or you have quality time, like you like spending a lot of time with your significant other. Acts of service, like you like when someone do something for you. I think the other one is like gifts or something of that caliber. I'm not really sure of all of them, but I had to learn that type of stuff about me. I had to go like real deep. And the part about healing is, a lot of people they're not honest about healing. Like, people tell you, oh, you need to heal before you do this, and they make you feel like healing is all glitz and glamour, but healing is ugly. Healing is ugly. Healing is so ugly. One day you feel like you just on top of the world, and you just feel like you look so good. and everything makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. And
Mm-hmm.
then the next day you like, what in the heck
What?
is going on? Like, I thought I was over this. Like, you could smell cologne and smell like this person who you used to be with, and it's like you just going crazy. Like, I thought I was over this. Healing is ugly, but healing is necessary. It's necessary, and I wish so many more people um utilized it. I wish that we got out of our old traditions and our old norms, because I've had older women tell me like, "Oh, the quickest way to get over one is to get under a new one." No, the quickest way
Mm-mm.
to ruin a new one is to get under him when you're not over the other one. Because all
That's
you do
right.
is just go damage other people, because you're not all the way healed. So you're being
That,
triggered by stuff. This person don't even know they triggering you. You don't even know you
right.
being triggered because you're not healed all the way. So therapy was so necessary,
Wow.
unnecessary for me, and it was so important for me to have a black therapist, and she had to be it had to be a woman. She was a black woman,
Mm.
a black therapist. She taught me so much about my childhood, so much stuff that was like right there in my face, but I had never had no one sit me down and tell me, maybe you got a problem, or maybe it's something wrong with you. Like maybe it ain't everybody. You falling out with people,
Now,
maybe it ain't them.
okay, you just hit on something. I have two areas that I want to touch on what you said. Now, in the healing process, right? And you said during that healing process, yes, it's very ugly, very, very ugly. But during that healing process, you need supporters and not people to judge. You don't
Right,
need any judges. You need the supporters to be able to support you. And like you said, one of the five love languages, being told that I'm proud of you, that you can do this. Go out and, go kill it, daughter, or loved one, or someone like that. But you just want to hear those things. You don't want to hear all the assumptions and what others are thinking, and you don't need that during this healing process. But you can help someone in your healing by when you're going through the healing. You could be able to help someone because you're going through the healing and you're using it. Had to happen. So
right,
now it happened to you, but not for you. It happened to you, but for somebody else. You understand? So that's why God placed people in your path for certain reasons. Because I remember I'm sitting down at my goddaughter's house getting my hair done. And here it is. I see your beautiful self sitting in the house as well. And I'm hearing you talk. And I'm not saying anything, but I'm just taking it all in, and I'm letting the spirit use me. And I saw the hurt in you.
mm-hmm,
I saw the hurt. I saw it all over you. Like you could say, we could dress this thing up, make it up, the hairdo, the makeup, all the nails, whatever, whatever. You could dress that thing up, baby, and be so broken in the inside. And only way you could be able to heal is first start by admitting you have to see yourself for who you are. You can't say, yeah, it's this person, it's that person. Okay, take a look in the mirror. We just
right,
had a broadcast on yesterday, our prayer broadcast, about basically we're dealing with spiritual warfare. So here it is. You're looking at someone, not per se you, but one is looking at someone and basically like, oh my gosh, like how are they getting that, or how they doing it, or how did they make that, you know what I'm saying? And all this stuff that they doing out here, just trying to be a perfect person. There's
right.
no perfect person, so that's one of the things that that spoke volume when you said that you got the help. And baby, when you said that you said you turned that pain into what you said, pain to
Payments,
what was it?
payments.
Payments. Listen, here we say my journey, my pain, my purpose. So purpose slash payments. Okay, I'm loving that, daughter. But just tell the audience, how did we meet? And just give them just a little snippet, and then I want to jump into. We're going to go back to your childhood just a little bit, if you don't mind sharing it, because we got your journey. So now we want to hear, how did we meet?
How did we meet?
Yes.
Okay, so we met because actually, so Erica's goddaughter Tyra actually was doing my hair at the time. She was actually like my stylist when I first started doing when I first jumped into rapping. Like Tyra was like on my hip, like we was with each other night and day. Anytime I used to call Tyra, like I need my hair done. This is how it go. Whatever. Tyra was there. She was doing my hair, and it was kind of new for both of us, so we kind of had to like adjust because it was just very, 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 very demanding. But that's basically, like how we met. We were sitting in the house one day, and you came over to get your hair done, which is not something happens because Tyra hardly ever does hair inside that house. She had already started working at the shop, and Tyra was so, adamant about y'all follow the rules. You know how she started. She wanted to be more professional. So she like, y'all
Right.
come get your hair done here at the shop. She wanted to do it. And, you have to respect that because she's trying to build her a whole different clientele. And she's trying to,
Right.
become something bigger than what she already was, which she will be. And
Yes.
that's pretty much how we met. So, yeah, we were just sitting in the house doing regular girl stuff. Regular girl stuff.
Yeah, and I had saw a couple of things that you done on my godson page, and I just sit back and I'm like, man, this young woman, she be, spitting some facts, and I just sat back and I just watch you, and I'm just like, oh my God. And then when I actually, laid eyes on you today when I came to get my hair done, I'm just like, okay, you see this person, you hearing her speak, you just sit and you're observing, but then you seeing what the spirit is showing you. And all I could do at that time was pray. It wasn't for me to address you. All it was, God didn't tell me to come tell you. He
Mm-hmm.
just said to pray, and that's what I had to do. And I kept saying, I'm going to get her on my show. I think I offered for you guys to come help me with some event that I was having for 88 Blessings, our nonprofit organization. And I
I
think you
think I
guys
had
will put
moved
it
by
on.
then. I think I was getting ready. I was trying
Yes,
to, yeah, I was getting ready to move.
in transition. So y'all, let me tell y'all something. In the green room, right? She got to talking and telling me about how spontaneous she is, and we're gonna just jump somewhere else right now because I just have to tell you about her just saying what she said. But we got to talking in the green room, and she was saying how spontaneous she. Listen, this woman say she'll get up and just say, "I don't want to be here anymore." Just go ahead and tell the audience, share the audience with show the audience what you just shared with me in the green room.
So my mama basically, if my mama was sitting right here, she'd tell y'all, I'm her crazy child. I'm the risk taking child. I'm the child that's gonna ask you why. And when you tell me why, I'm gonna say why again. Like I always want to know. I'm always challenging. I've always been that way. Um, I just don't like being confined to certain places, and I feel like there's so much out there in the world, so I should never be stuck in one spot. I've lived in Tallahassee, I've lived in Seattle, Washington, and basically like it's raining outside right now. So that's all it does in Seattle. It rains nonstop. It's not a joke. It's not like, oh, it's not Grey's Anatomy. So for all y'all that watch Grey's Anatomy and y'all like, oh, I wanted to go to Seattle to see. No, it's not that. It's really just really gloomy. So I went there for I didn't even last a month. I was there like 28 days. Um, I came right back home, and I started back doing poetry when I came back. And then it was just for me when I moved to Seattle, I wasn't realistic with myself. I had convinced everybody else, and I talk about it in the book. I had convinced everybody like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go up there and tap in with the poetry community up there and do all of this stuff. But real life, like deep down inside, I knew I was lying to myself. And it wasn't until
Mm,
I moved to Seattle that I realized the problems that I was running from were internal. So it had nothing to do with the outside world. So you can run from the
my
problems all you
God.
want to, but when I unpacked my clothes, I realized like I hadn't even my issues were still packed. They came with me. They traveled. They got on that plane with me.
Mm,
I wasted all my money traveling to Seattle, and the whole time the stuff that I was running from myself. So I had to come back
Jesus.
home. I had to face my fears, and I had to sit in my emotions. I had to sit in my feelings. Like it had to hurt. I had to go through all of that. I had to be confused. And I think social media also takes a lot
Mm,
in that too, because I was at the time I was 25. So at 25 is a very weird age. Like society is telling you like you should have a house by now. You honestly should have a ring and everything. And
mm.
in your life, you like, I just started paying my phone bill. Like I just got off the family plan. Like what are you telling me? So it was just very confusing for
Yeah.
me, and I had to sit down and talk to God. Really, I cried, like I boohoo cried. I got down on my knees and I asked God, like, I need you to tell me what's going on. Because I don't know what's going on. If you got to remove everybody away from me, take them away. So if I can understand what's going on with myself. So he did that. We talked about it, and my friends always laugh because I be like, I'm God's favorite. I know they always say like you're not supposed to have favorites or God don't have favorites, but God has moved and shifted my life so much that you're gonna have to do a whole lot of more talking to convince me to tell me that I'm not. So it was just one of those things. And I moved to Orlando. I remember I was getting ready to move to Orlando with my boyfriend at the time. And I was helping him, get ready for a job up there. We had planned to go. I had started buying stuff for the apartment. He watched me do all of this stuff, and then like a week before our 1 year like anniversary, he just called it off. He was like, I can't do this no more. And so for me at the time, that was like the best relationship that I had ever been in. And when you get something good, you want to hold on to it.
Yeah.
And as women, we can't talk about things that hurt us or people that hurt us without seeming bitter or seeming angry. But at the time, I didn't care because I'm hurt. I should be able to tell you that you hurt, like you hurt me. I should be able to talk about it. And the thing is, people don't like when you talk about what they did to you. They don't like that. They don't want that. They don't want that. They feel like they have to control the narrative of how, but you can't. One thing I've learned early on is you can't control what role you played in someone else's story, regardless of what your intentions was. So if you was the victim in a story and they say you was the victim, you was the victim. But if you was the villain, you were the villain. There's nothing you can do about that. You don't get to dictate how people tell their story or whatever. So I remember sitting down with my therapist, and my therapist asked me, well, what if they did you a favor? And I was like, what you mean they did me a favor? They broke my heart. Like, how was this a favor to me? And she's like, no, like you give me that, you always trying to make people into who you want them to be. But what if a person has showed you exactly who they was and they're doing you a favor by leaving? Like, you ain't never think of it like that? And I was like, okay. And when I took some time and I stepped back, I'm like, I didn't buy all that stuff for no reason. Like, I moved into a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment, like by myself. I'm a single Black woman. I don't have no kids. I don't have nothing. So yeah, I did buy things for an apartment, but it was for my apartment. That whole time I had no idea that God was preparing me to get ready to be by myself. I didn't know that. I thought I was buying stuff to get an apartment, for us. But I moved into my apartment, and most people don't have furniture when they first move in. They don't have a bed when they first move in. They sleeping on floors or air mattress. My apartment was decked out because I had already been prepared. Like, God had already prepared me for that stuff. So
come on now.
That's how I am. I'm spontaneous. When I want oysters, sometimes I just go to New Orleans. When if I had the money to fly to Italy to go eat pizza, I definitely would do it. But I'm the spontaneous friend. Like, I probably have convinced at least 2 or 3 of my friends to quit their jobs because I just get so bored. I'm the only like entrepreneur friend. I mean, it worked out for them because I help them figure out what they're gonna do with their life. But I told myself at 24 I wasn't gonna work past 25, and I meant that. I haven't.
That's right, baby.
I haven't.
You better speak it. You better tell God that you want to go to Italy to get your pizza then. But
I'm going because I really love me some pizza. I love me some pizza.
I tell you one thing, Queen. I'm God's favorite too. So we sharing him, baby.
We sharing
so, listen. He's sharing him. But I'm just sitting here and I'm just so appalled by the way you're speaking and what you're saying. And I'm telling you, I'm just stuck in my words because you're spitting out so much knowledge right now at a young age. That, and it just surprised me that here it is. One may look at you on the outside and may say, oh my gosh, judge you pretty much,
right.
But not knowing that if you sit down and you talk to this woman going to talk to you, you understand, with some power and some knowledge. She's going to bring it. And that's what you're doing here at It Had to Happen. And I'm telling you, I love to see my queens excel. I mean, no racist, but I love to see my Black people win. And that's one of the things that you're doing. And you said to me in the green room, you said that you're going to do everything basically as a single person can do before you get tied down with the babies, before you get tied down with the husband. Baby, live your life. You understand me? And you are helping some people that's in relationships right now and probably just staying because they don't know their worth. But from what I'm seeing here and what I'm hearing here, you know your worth, baby. You know your worth. So kudos to whoever that therapist is, because she did her dollar. And I'm getting a little hood here, but she did her dollar. And Tierra, I mean, here it is in the dating now. You understand? Is crazy. It is crazy. It's what?
It's ghetto. I be like, this is ghetto. This is too ghetto for me. Like I don't deserve to be here. Like why am I back dating again? This is ghetto.
Okay, explain to us why you say that.
Cause and it's not even too. I always tell people, like, even when I was a kid, I always like ghetto is not a way that you can be. So it's like someone can't be ghetto. You could be, ghetto is a place. And
Come
that's
on.
what I mean. The dating world is a ghetto place. Like especially when you're a woman of substance, when you're a woman
Mm,
of power, and when you're a woman that knows exactly what you want. I've always been that way. I'm very particular. If I tell you that I want to wear a red dress on Friday and I can't find a red dress on Friday, don't bring me a black dress. I don't want that.
mm,
I already told you what I wanted to wear, and that's how I am with everything and everybody that I come in contact with. And I didn't learn until I got older that men really are so simple that they're very complex. Like women can't grasp the fact that men are as simple as they are. Like they
yes,
don't. When I meet men, I tell them like, oh yeah, like I want this. I know my wedding dress. Like I'm not telling you that we gonna get married tomorrow. I'm just telling you this is some stuff that girls do sometimes. Like when we get bored after we done planned our whole life. I know my wedding dress. I know how many bridesmaids I want. That type of stuff scares people, and it's crazy to me. Like
yeah,
I don't know why. It's just like for me, it's just regular conversation. But I've met so many men that they kind of boost themselves up like they're fit for the task, and when the pressure is really on, it's not really that.
no.
I feel that I've met a lot of men that have to be needed, that want to be needed, and the thing is, I don't really know how to need a man. So
Ooh,
that's where it comes in at. And I'm not saying that a woman should feel like she don't need a man, because I honestly feel like a woman that feels like she don't need a man is a woman that has not met a man, a real
that's
man.
it, baby. That's it.
Yeah, because I feel like when you get with a man as hard and as you want to be, a real man makes you soft. A real woman does not want to be hard. At least I don't. As independent as you are, you don't want to be. But I feel
That's
like
right.
black women in general are becoming masculine and are becoming hard on the exterior out of necessity. Not it's not by force.
Mm,
It's because you have to. You got to
Jesus.
do it. You got to do it. Who else gonna do it
Ooh,
for you? You can't just go around being just soft to everybody. I gotta give you a little challenge at first. So that's just something else that I learned. Therapy and honestly being after my breakup. Like this is probably the longest I've ever been single because I'm such a relationship girl. Like I can't date. I don't know how to talk to multiple people at one time or doing this. I'm just learning how to date at 28. So
wow.
I'm like, this
So
fun.
let me
I need
ask
to
you
master
this.
this.
Let me ask you this. Okay, you have these women out here that's putting all these stipulations on what a man should bring, or what he should have, and what he should do, how he should look. Speak to that woman who's putting all that stipulations on those men, because my thing is, what do you have to bring to the table? You're putting so much, because my thing is, I have two boys.
Right.
So baby girl got to bring it. You hear me? She got to bring it. But at the end of the day, I know, I see it all the time. Like I can't talk to him. He ain't got enough money for me, or he don't look the part for me. Speak to that woman who's out there saying these things. She's gonna miss out on maybe somebody that's really good for her.
I will tell any woman that's out there in the world, especially in the dating world, when it comes to love is tricky, but love is very rewarding. When it comes to meeting a significant other, you can write down an entire list of all the things that you want in a person, and it sounds good. And that's why I write books, because I can make the perfect man in my stories. That's what I can do. That's why it's
Mm,
fun to me. I can do that. But in real life, I know that there are some things that I might have to bargain with God for. So it's like I'm never gonna bargain with him on like I'm gonna take a disrespectful man. Like if I told you I want a respectful, caring, loving man, it's no bargaining with that. But
mm-hmm.
if you look at that man and you like, okay, well, he already dressed how I want him to dress. You can take them clothes off, and we can go find some other kind of clothes. Like those things are very shallow. Those are things that can be worked on, because it's just what we're taught, especially here in Miami. Everything is like fashion. You want a person to look a certain way. You want their body type to
Yes.
look a certain way.
Mm,
People want you to stay. They want you to stay slim forever. It's like the woman body goes through so many things. You should be glad I even
yes.
woke up this morning. Like
Come on.
I don't. You just go through a lot. So I'm not telling you to lower your standards, but I am telling you to be realistic. Like, be realistic. My therapist had me write down a list of all the things that I wanted in my partner, and I remember her asking me, well, what your list, did it remind you of anybody, or is it like, whatever. So I wrote the list down, and I'm writing it all down. I'm like, this all the stuff that my ex was. So it's like, well, I know this was the man that I wanted, so why didn't it work out? And it's because that wasn't for you. That wasn't for you. It wasn't for you. It wasn't the person. So you just have to dig deep inside yourself sometimes, because you really are the problem. Like, sometimes we don't like to admit that we are the problem, because the with us that we are the prize. We are the prize, but sometimes the prize can be a problem too. You could be a problem. You gotta be realistic about that.
I tell you, right? I mean, you sure right on that. Let's go to some of the comments in the comment section, because boy, are they coming in, boy. So come on, Mishka, let's get some comments going up here. Oh my God. I see my cousin say, you better learn, sis. All right. Mish says, how long did you have to go to therapy?
So therapy, I started therapy like immediately after my breakup, because I was going crazy. So that was like August. I started therapy like September. I was going twice a week. Twice a week, every 2 weeks. And then when it got round to like November and December, I felt like I was mentally strong enough to complete the task that I knew that my therapist would probably ask me. So I kind of laid off of therapy. But honestly, therapy is an ongoing process. So I feel like that's a very continuous relationship. You don't stop going to therapy. Now, there are some times where you and your therapist, just like anybody else in your life, y'all outgrow each other. You just got to find a different therapist. But don't ever stop. Once you start therapy, when you see how beautiful it is, you're not gonna want to stop anyway. But I was going to therapy for about 4 months, and then I just 3 months, and I stopped. And then because I do a lot of self evaluation, self evaluating, a lot of self reflection, anyways, before therapy. So therapy just helped me get out of that dark place. And then once I got out of that dark place, I was able to do the rest of the work. But I would say, if you start, don't stop. Don't ever stop.
Amen. Okay. All right. Carol Brayboy. Hey, sis. She said, what God has for you is for you. That is so very true. All right. We have Miss Queen Anastasia Studstill. She said, I love her spirit. You have to know what you want, and it's okay to be direct about what you want. Yes, it is,
Yes,
Queen.
it
You're
is.
absolutely correct. All right, let's bring up some more comments. I think we have Queen Selena Nelson all the way from Live Oaks. Where's her comment? Yes, you do. You don't need to beat yourself. Wait. Yes, you do. You don't need to be beat down. Yes, you need to be encouraged. That is so true. You definitely
Mm-hmm.
need to be encouraged and not beat down. The judges, let God, leave that to God. Please leave that to God. My cousin
Right.
Tahira says therapy and the Bible. Yes, ma'am. You can't lose. No
You
way,
can't.
no way, no possible can you lose. The Bible first and therapy. yes. My
Yes.
God, you're speaking to so many women out there. Shanita, all the way from Miami. Hey, Queen. She says, I love it. I'm booked. She spoke about
Yes.
what you spoke about earlier. All right, I know
Stay
that's
booked.
right.
Stay
I'm
booked.
yes.
Stay booked.
All right. So let me ask you this. During all of this time where you just took off and after the breakup, right? You spoke about the breakup. Speak about the boss up. What did you do to boss up?
So the first thing I did, I feel for me, my big girl boss up, was I graduated. I got my bachelor's
Yes.
in liberal studies, in humanities and cultural traditions. I graduated from FIU. My second big girl boss up, I felt like, was when I just moved to Orlando. I woke up and said, I'm going. I'm still going, with or without you. Like, whether you don't want to be with me no more, that's cool, but I'm still going. So I went to Orlando. I moved into my apartment. And honestly, my music, like streaming my music, I took a huge leap out on faith, because like I said, I don't have no other job. This job that I came out here to work at was just some extra income. I came out here to help my friend, because I really love kids. So my boss up, me being able to sell my book the way that I sold my book, the way my music is still helping me pay my bills, helping me, buy the stuff that I like to buy. it just was truly a grateful thing. And therapy was amazing. Like therapy, that was the biggest boss up of them all, because at first you have to even admit that you need help. So that was the big thing for me, because I don't know how to ask for help. When I knew I needed help and I went and got it, I was like, we growing up. So
That's
that was a
it, right?
part of my boss up.
I love it. Listen, Tierra, I have the baddest stylist on this side of heaven. Miss Tamika Smith just came in and say, "Hey, Miss Erica, that's Alan's stylist. She bad now. She is bad, Tierra. So if you're ever looking for a stylist, Tamika is the one. Hey, baby, all the way from Dallas, Texas. We love you out here. But Tierra, I commend you. Congratulations, Queen. I salute you, all of that, because I'm loving everything that you're standing for. You didn't allow it to stop you. You allowed it to push you. And that's one of the things that one don't know how to do, is to keep pressing when you're in that place of hurt. When you're in that place of not knowing which way to turn, and how is it going to turn out. You know what I'm saying? Like you just say, I heard you say sometimes you can smell a scent. I mean, girl, that's
Mhm.
deep. You know,
Mhm.
so you was really into this man. And that's one thing about me. When I love hard. And I'm for that person. I don't see anything else. You know,
Right.
I am for that person. And it's like sometimes you said it the best. When they show you, you have to believe them. So were there any signs that you saw in him that you didn't pay attention?
No, honestly, like to this day, I always say like that was he's such an amazing person, such an amazing person.
Mm,
I wish, I always tell people, I wish I had saw anything that showed me that it would end or whatever, but I had saw nothing.
wow.
I It was just so love. Like it was so much love. I had never had anyone love me out loud like that, like respect me, like care for me. So it was just like it was a whole thing. And then towards the end, I just kind of figured that it was like an illusion. That's what I figured. I always just say sometimes it's the right person, and sometimes it's just the wrong time. I learned to start treating people as an experience, because I think when we get with people, we treat them as if they're our property. We get a little bit possessive, a little bit territorial. So all my relationships and my friendships after my breakup, I started looking at them as experiences, so that if and when they do leave me, I don't look at it as I lost something, because I didn't lose something. Because when you leave a theme park, you don't think like, dang, I lost Disney World. You don't think that. You be like, okay, I had fun. Until next time. All right. So that's how I look at people now. I look at people as experiences. If you here, you here. If you gonna stay, you gonna stay. But if you gonna go, it was a blessing knowing you, and may God may God be with you. That's it.
Listen, this is so good, Tiara. I'm sitting up here, I'm smiling so hard because this is tying in to what we talked about on our prayer broadcast yesterday. Oh my gosh, let me tell you something. God is so good, y'all. Y'all just don't know, but that's so profound. I mean, you just spoke so, you spoke volume right there, sister. Let me tell you. And that's one of the things one has to see in themselves. This cannot be told to you. You have to see it in yourself to know that, okay, well, if you don't want to be around me, if you don't want to be with me, that's your loss. You understand what I'm saying? Don't sit there and beat yourself up because somebody left you, or don't want to deal with you, or didn't invite you. You understand what I'm saying? To something, girl, get up, get over, and move on. And that's what I'm starting to do. I told my covenant partners yesterday, baby, I don't taste freedom. Tiara, let me tell you something. It tastes so good. Ooh, baby, it tastes so good. And I'm free. You understand? I was trying to
Yeah.
live like I was trying to live that perfect life. You know, God delivers certain people from certain things. You know, maybe He delivered me from saying bad words years ago. But boy, when somebody try me, boy, hey, that old Erica rise up in me. You
It's
know
gonna
what I'm
come
saying?
out.
Hey, I be saying let her stay gone, you know, but that's just God showing you what you still have in you that you need to be delivered from. So I may be sinning one way and you may be sinning another way. You may thought it and I may did it. Still the same sin. So who are you to
Right.
judge? You know, so I'm free, baby. I'm free. So I'm loving everything that you're saying here. Guys, we are here live today at It Had to Happen with your girl, Erica Wilson. Listen, I have the beautiful Tierra Traniece all the way from Miami, Florida. She is a publisher. She is an author. She is a songwriter. Listen, this woman is the jack of all trades, let me tell you, and very spontaneous, as she said. I hope you listened in. But she said that there's nothing wrong with therapy. If there's something that's bothering you, taunting you, whatever it is, she just told you, go ahead and try therapy and never stop. And you talking to me because I stopped. I stopped. You see what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, when you feel like you got what you had needed,
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't still stop. I should have kept going because guess what? I knew that I was going to be coming in contact with people that may need a word or something that same thing I'm going through or something similar, you know? So never stop, Tierra says. Per Tierra Traniece, all the way from Miami, she says never stop therapy. So Tierra, can you go ahead and spit one of those poems for us? Because I know you're a great poet. I heard you on some of your social media, and I'm telling you, I'm loving it. So if you can, go ahead and share with us. Bless the audience on today, Queen.
What poem do I even have? I have not done poetry in like maybe like 2 years now, and it's so crazy. All of my poems are on my phone, and I'm on my phone right now, so I can't
Okay.
even go to it from out of it. But I what I can do is find a page in the book. I have the book right here. So this is the book.
Yes.
I have the book. I have the book with me. It's on my website. I'm going to find a page in the book that I know for sure is going to be very inspirational to you guys. And hopefully I get to come back and I have that poem ready for you the next time. Because
Yes.
I'm sure I'm going to have another book. It's going to come out. This is actually my seventh book that I wrote by myself. And this was like the 11th book that I published. But there's this
Wow.
page in my book, and the chapter is called P.S. Are you gonna cry or are you gonna boss up? So I talk a lot about manifestation, affirmations, and a lot of people kind of frown upon when people use the word universe. But I use the word universe interchangeably with God because I don't feel like the universe can exist without God. So I don't replace I don't replace God with universe. I just use them two interchangeably because I feel like one does not exist without the other. So that's pretty much how I live my life. But there's a page in my book where I talk to my readers. I'm trying to find it. I think it's like page 120 something. Okay, yeah. So I'm big on sticky notes. I'm big on like writing my stuff down. So prior to me moving to Orlando, prior to me becoming the this book coming out, I had made these sticky notes. I don't know if you guys can see it, but they're inside this book. Now, these are from 2019. 2019 is actually the same year that I wrote Fool Me Once, the song. So there's 4 sticky notes in the book, and one of the 4 says I am an FIU graduate. The second one says I'm a best-selling author. The third one says I'm the owner of a 2-bedroom, fully furnished home of my own. And the fourth one says that I'm a millionaire. Now, 3 out of 4, I don't know. I aced 3 out of 4. So I did all 3 out of 4 in 2020. That was last year. I haven't become a millionaire yet, but I know it's still pending. I know the money's still
Yes.
there. I just gotta find a way to go get it. But Fool Me Once, this book was actually my best-selling book. I graduated April 2020 and I moved into my 2-bedroom apartment October of 2020. So everything that I said that I was gonna do, I do it. And that's what I always want every woman, anybody honestly, to always stick to whatever you say you're gonna do it and do it well. And do it again and just
Come
keep
on.
doing it. Like that's just I live by. That's the motto I live by. Like just keep doing it.
Oh my God. So Tiara, just tell us, how could one get this book? If one wanted to purchase your book or maybe even get in contact with you. Because girl, let me tell you something. You're talking on here. And one thing about it is no woman is too old to learn from a younger woman. Listen,
Right.
we all can learn from each other. Straight across the board. So if one wanted to get in contact with you and get this book, or maybe just, talk with you, or, you do some of the counseling, however you may see fit, or how God see fit, tell them how they
Mm-hmm.
can get in contact with you.
So there are multiple ways that you can get in contact with me. My email address is tierratraniece@gmail.com. I have a phone line specifically for my fans and for my followers, so I actually talk to them all the time. I text them all the
Mm.
time. We talk about all type of stuff. It's a separate line specifically for them. They call me all times of night, and if I'm up, I'm up. I'll talk to them. If not, I return a call in the morning. You can find the book on www.tierratraniece.com. If you're local in Miami, you'll still have to go on the website to actually place the order for the book, but you can pick the book up. I can meet.
Can't hear you.
Did it freeze?
Okay, got
Can
you
you guys
now.
see me now? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. If you're in Miami, we have local pickup. And if you're international or in other states, you can go on the website, tierratraniece.com, and place your order. And I can ship the book out. Honestly, if you place an order tonight, I can ship the book out tomorrow before I go to the camp. I'm with the kids. But this the book. Only a few more copies left before I actually sell it again. The book has sold out 3 times already. So I'm
Put
extremely
mine aside.
grateful.
I want mine.
It's right here.
And
Make
not
sure I
only that,
sign
guys.
it.
Yes, definitely. Not only that, she not only have the books, but she have like this keepsake box as well. Tell us about all the items you have. We don't want to just hear. We want to support, guys.
So inside the book, because I'm really big on reading, I'm really big on setting vibes. I came up with this cool idea. It's something that I do. So I love wine, and if anybody else drinks wine, and you know how essential wine is sometimes too, just pretty much like calming you down and just getting you in,
Hmm.
in your vibe. So in the book, before every chapter, there's these things that I have called mood setters. And before every chapter, it recommends you a specific wine or beverage that you should drink, or a candle. And the candles that's listed in the book are all from my friend. She has a candle brand. It's called 828, which is, if you read the Bible scripture
Number
828.
28.
So this is how it looks. This is how it looks inside the book, the mood setters. All the books, all the candles come from her, black owned. So I came up with the ultimate boss up bundle. The bundle comes with the autographed copy of this book. It comes with a writing pen. On the pen it says, it's time for your boss up. It comes with a pen, another pen that you can actually put on either like a jacket, a hat, or something of that caliber. It comes with sticky notes that says, are you gonna cry or are you gonna boss up? It
Mm.
comes with a candle. So the candle is called Love on Top. That's the name of the candle, and it all comes from a black owned company, 828. So even if you don't buy the book, make sure that you go and support a black owned business, because she's a black woman. She has a daughter, and she's just phenomenal. The candles are amazing. I love the candles, so that's why I made sure I incorporated them inside of my book. But that's the boss up bundle, and it's still on the website. The Boss Up bundle has sold out twice. So it's amazing. I have a very great support system. So I that's just who I bank on. I don't even worry about who don't support me, because the people that love me, they show up and they show out every time.
That's right, baby. That's it right there. That's it right there. So, guys, you heard from Tierra Traniece here at It Had to Happen on. Listen, she have not only her books, but she have a couple of items as well. Don't show too much of the book because we want them to go out and purchase the book.
Right.
I also want to be able to solicit your friend's business. She's a single mother.
Yes.
The one, okay, I definitely want to solicit her business. Guys, I'm having an event in Miami, Tierra, that I would love for you to attend. It is on August 8th. Oh my God, I'm telling you, this is long overdue. God Ben gave me this topic and I just sat on it for years, but it's bent, not broken. So many of us are bending, but God is not going to let us break. And I'm telling
Mm-mm.
you, this topic it says bent, not broken. However, it had to happen. So whatever your it that's pressing you, it had to happen. It had to happen to you before somebody else. Share your testimony, guys. You never know who you may be blessing, because just by you hearing this young woman speak here on It Had to Happen today, I'm quite sure she touched each and every heart that's under the sound of her voice. Somebody picked up something from her on today. And she's a young 28-year-old entrepreneur, said that she was not going to work for anybody after 25 years old. And that's what she said. Baby, write that thing down one more time. I'm hearing in my spirit. Write that thing about the millionaire thing down one more time. And God is getting ready to make that thing happen. Because, babe, oh, hallelujah. Let me tell you something that's getting ready to happen for you. I'm telling you, the things that you're doing, the volume that you're speaking, oh my God, you're helping so many. Just tell us some of the people who you have worked with before. I mean, I was reading on your website, but I read it, but I want you to tell the audience just some of the dynamic people that you worked with before.
So I've worked with if you're familiar with any artists in Miami, I've actually worked with Iceberg. I've worked with Bushy B. There's a singer, an upcoming singer here named Talia. I've worked with Talia. I just recently did a song with another artist named Flo Kid. I'm just always working, always networking. I built like a crazy relationship with 99 Jams. Like that's really like become my family. Like everything that I do,
Mm,
they support me. Super Cindy is amazing. She's an outstanding person. Um,
mhm,
Trick Daddy, when I first came out, like Trick Daddy just like embraced me so well. I just ran into Trina. Trina, I am so surprised that Trina even knew who I was. I've come in contact with so many people. Like the doors that I thought were closed were just being closed for other reasons, but
mm.
so many other
That's
doors
it.
have opened for me. So it's music has taken me places that I couldn't even imagine. But yeah, I have so many different people that I'm sure that I'll work with in the near future. Some people that I can't really say because I've had to sign some papers, so I can't even talk about that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just so excited and I'm just so ready. I stopped asking God why, and I just why not? Why not?
Why not?
Why
There
not?
you go, babe. That's good right there. And my cousin said, may God continue to bless you abundantly.
Thank you so much.
Definitely, definitely. I want to have you back. I don't want you to waste any time. I want you to get with my assistant and go ahead and rebook because we definitely want to bring you back. Not only that, I want to sit down and talk with you about it all had to happen. That's my next book. I wrote the book. It had to happen, but I want it all had to happen to come so the people can see. I gave them a snippet. It's a short read, but it's a good read, Tierra, and it's
Mm-hmm.
in depth, because people see your now and they don't know your then.
Right.
You may see this person with the MAC makeup and the weaves and whatever it is, but you don't know what's going on in the inside. So be careful how you treat folks, people in this season. It don't cost you nothing to be nice, but it could cost you everything to be nasty. So do treat people with kindness. Do uh treat people as you would like to be treated. And I'm telling you, I can't wait to have you back. I'm going to have my assistant reach out to you so I can get this book. I want the package, and I'm definitely supporting that single mom. Definitely. I'm a single mom, so I
Right.
rock with the single moms, but I definitely want to solicit her business. And guys, this woman here is 28 years old, an entrepreneur on her own. She's doing great things. If you can, go ahead and solicit her business. Tiara, tell us one more time how one can get your book or get in contact with you.
If you want to get in contact with me, you can email me at tierratraniece@gmail.com. If you want the book or any of my other books or any other products, you can go on my website. That's www.tierratraniece.com. It's scrolling right there at the bottom of the screen. And that's where you can find all my stuff at.
Awesome. So, what I do want to tell you is about the event in Miami on August 8th. I will have my surprise guest, which will be on the show tomorrow. Everyone will know who our keynote speaker will be. This woman is powerful too. Oh my gosh, let me tell you, it's going to be good. So it's August 8th. If you can, mark your calendar. We have
Okay.
only 8 vendor spots open, guys. They are going quick. I don't know if the 8 is still open, but Tiara, we deal with 8s here. It had to happen. About 88 blessings. So everything we
Right.
try and do, we try to stay in the number 8 because guess what? 8 is new beginning. God is
Mm-hmm.
always doing a new thing. So don't despise where he's taking you. Small steps, a great step sometimes, because if he put you out there too fast, you might mess that thing up. So guys,
Right.
if you can meet me back here tomorrow at 4:30, God's willing, I will have a beautiful, her name is Cericia Hall, guys, and man, is she a beast. Let me tell you, if you can't hear her, tune back in tomorrow to show this woman some love, because I'm telling you, she's going to bring it. And when I spoke to her about what the conference is going to be about, bent not broken, she just really was like, oh my God, like this is something God had been dealing with her with as well. So I'm just loving how God just lining things up. And that's what he will do. So when I reached out to you, asking you to be on the show, and you just quickly accepted
Mhm.
my invitation, thank you. I really and truly do appreciate it for you blessing the people with your presence and your knowledge, baby. Because listen, God is definitely doing a thing with you at a young age. So I hate to see what you're going to be like when you become my age, baby. Because I mean, just even in your 30s, God is going to do something with, he's doing it already. You just have to stay still so he couldn't have you in that relationship, because you was all into man. God is a jealous God. You
Very.
understand? Even, oh, hallelujah. Even with my children, he had to take me and my children through some things, because I was loving my children and just boasting about my children. Them is our children. First, they're
Right.
his children. He allowed me to be a mother to his children. And here it is. He said, babe, I'm going to shake that thing up a little bit, because I'm going to have to let you see, hey, it's about me.
Let
It's
me show you
about
right
me.
quick.
Right quick, right? Let me sit your little tail down and show you who's the boss. He had the boss up on me, baby. And I ain't even mad at him. You know what I'm saying? But one has to know that sometimes God separate things to get you into a place where he can get your attention. Because maybe sometimes you was referencing some things more than you was referencing him. Because baby, when you get up in the morning, Lord, I thank you. You said it. You should be happy that I woke up, as much as us
Hmm.
women go through. You understand me? But guys, we're a minute over. I just want to tell you guys, please solicit this young woman business, because I'm telling you, whatever she said here today has touched you, but I'm sure what's in that book probably would touch you even deeper. Oh my God. And again, I have to get your book, baby. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation, being here with us. And thank the audience. You guys rock, because we could not do this without you, and you. We're forever grateful for you all. So, Tierra, if there's anyone that's out there under the sound of your voice, is there anything that you would like to leave with our audience on today?
Well, first I want to say thank you so much for having me. It was definitely confirmation from God, because I was going through a little funk like we always go through, but
Oh,
it was God that sent you to me to just remind me who I was. So I'm
Jesus.
grateful for that, and I just want to tell anybody that was on here today, whatever it is that you want to do it. Don't think about it. Don't hesitate it, because if God put it in your mind, and it needs to get done. But also
Mhm.
understand that you're not the only mind that God has put it in. So if you do not act on it when
Jesus.
you're supposed to act on it, you'll wake up one day and see that somebody else has done it. And it's because that's just how God works. That's just how the universe works. So do it when you're supposed to do it, and when you do it well, do it unapologetically. Don't apologize for it. Don't
That's
don't look
it.
back, and don't think twice.
Ooh, I know that's right. But you said that God has sent me your way because you was going through a phone. Today is my father's 81st birthday, and I don't care. It's been years ago that he's been gone, but it still hurts like it was yesterday. So I
Right.
just want to have a moment of silence for him as we put up his picture really quick. The love, the first love of my life. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah, so you don't know what you did for me today, Queen. As I was in a funk, I was telling my producer, like, I just, I miss him. I wish he was here to see his daughter. I wish he was here to see his grandkids and see the things that they're doing, but he's not. So I thank you for getting on here and
Thank you so
helping
much.
me feel so much better. And we one hand washed another. So, Queen, I thank you so very much. And go ahead and book again so we can get you back on the show, because I know God is getting ready to do more things with you and you can share with the audience. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in with us here. It had to happen. We love you. Mara, meet me back here at 4:30, God's willing, and see. the beautiful Sarisa Hall if she come on and drop some jewels for you guys. I'm so sorry. But I love you all. Send some virtual love and some virtual hugs. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Erica's Empowering Empire. 88 Blessings Soar Movement. It had to happen in a beauty so rare. We'd love for you to join us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. It had to happen with Erica Wilson. Following our social media.